Hello buddy and welcome, I'm Common Cam, and today we're going to be ranking every Slipstream design from worst to best.
I'm not sure he's got the time to deal with some low-level Decepticon seekers, but maybe for you he'll make an exception. What was your name again?
Despite not being a hugely popular character, she has had some various designs over the years that's going to make this very interesting to look at.
So, which part of me did you come from?
Don't ask.
This is going to be a long orbital cycle.
So without further ado, let's just dive straight into the tier names, and first up, we'll have a quote from the War for Cybertron video game.
Ooh, just what I needed. Very nice.
Now for the second tier, we'll have a quote from Animated.
That must be a bigger pain in the gear shaft than I thought.
Well. Look who just got to the party.
Don't start with me, woman.
Start what? Who's starting?
Now for the middle tier, we'll have a quote from Cyberverse.
What are you doing here, Windblade? I thought they left all the useless bots on Cybertron.
Clearly not. You're here. Who are you exactly?
And now for the fourth tier.
Much has been learned, even if you have not learned it. I do not blame you, as it is well understood that Seekers have extremely low intelligence.
And now finally, for the worst tier.
Any leader has to be an improvement over you.
First up is Armada. Yep, the name Slipstream was used for the Transformers Armada video game, and it's a minicon that you need to use to fly to get to the next island. This is basically a duplicate of Swindle, Starscream's minicon. There's nothing memorable about this at all. Same goes for the generic Autobot in one of the live-action movie comics. Yeah, at first I thought this was like a blue version of Armada Optimus Prime, but yeah, no, this is just bad. Alright, now we're cooking with the first female Seeker introduced in Transformers Animated, and this is just an incredible design. Yes, it's just a female Starscream, but I like the fact that they've changed so much about it. I like the proportions, it's not just a same duplicate. Of course, they are adjusted to look more female-like, but I actually like this character in general, and this is where it began. This is the Slipstream we know, and she looks absolutely incredible, and I just wish we got more of her in the show. Now, it's not the first toy of Slipstream, but eventually in the Legends line, this animated Slipstream would get her own toy, and it looks nice. It's a retool though of Generation's Windblade, but it's been changed enough to make it stand out, and I do like it. You know, this is the closest you're going to get to having a Transformers animated Slipstream, and I think they did a good job with the retooling. Slipstream also got her own kre-o design, which is very cute, very nice. Loving those lips. She looks like a badass. Okay, now you thought that was cool. Next up is the High Moon Studios Slipstream. This, to me, is the definitive version of Slipstream. This design, I still play as this character today. You basically unlock this character when you complete the Decepticon campaign, and still, within multiplayer and escalation, if you've been catching up with any of my live streams, I tend to use Slipstream quite a lot, mostly because she has the best abilities, but also the design is just incredible, and I am hoping, fingers crossed, begging Hasbro, please give us a gamer edition of this. This is just awesome. They took the animated design, still applied the sassiness with the War for Cybertron video game, and I like the fact that they gave her tons of dialogue for the escalation. Jessica Strauss as Slipstream is just perfection casting.
Portable and tough. I love it. Check me out now.
So disappointed that Slipstream and RC never appeared in Fall of Cybertron, because I would have loved to have seen this design again. Yeah, the jet mode is incredible, so different compared to the other Seekers, which is nice. And yeah, there's a reason why she became such a fan favourite. Next up, we'll talk about the Transformers Legends Slipstream. Now, this is basically the same design as the High Moon Studios, but there's been a few adjustments to make it more earthly mode. For example, the missiles on the arms, the wings have been changed, and a little bit on the head as well, and of course the cockpit in the middle, just to make it more earthly. And yeah, so think of this as War for Cybertron Slipstream's Earth mode. Now, Slipstream's first toy was a club exclusive based on the original first edition deluxe Starscream, and yeah, this just fits so well. This is so nice, so cool, and we've actually got some artwork of it as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, Starscream's body type really works for Slipstream, and it shows. Like, this is just incredible. I wish we got Slipstream in the series just because this artwork is so cool. Now when it comes to video games, Slipstream has been in the Earth Wars game, and this design is somewhat based on that Legends toy, but then Forged to Fight really commits to it. I don't really have a preference really, both are really cool, I like them. I guess if I had to go with one, it would probably be the Earth Wars one actually. Now, in a dramatic shift, we have a brand new Slipstream in the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 cartoon. This is a Minicon partner of Drift. Hasbro felt comfortable throwing the name on a completely different character that is not related, as this is not a female, this is a male character. The design's nice, I just wish they changed up the name because by this point, it had already been established that Slipstream being a female seeker is the more popular choice for the name. But I guess they were just like, well, we need to keep the trademark somehow, so they decided to do this, I guess. But it's not a massive big deal, just a little blip in the timeline. Going back to the more popular choice, we have Cyberverse Slipstream, who actually became a main character in the series with her beef with Windblade, which was really nice. Now, I was going to mention the IDW one as well, but it's basically the same design as that Cyberverse, as this was the era that the comics and Cyberverse were releasing. So yeah, when it comes to the Cyberverse design, it's just like animated. They've done enough to change the proportions, but the character as well still maintains a little bit of sassiness. It's not that extreme as animated and the High Moon, but she's still a welcome addition to the roster because I think the Slipstream made Cyberverse more memorable, to be honest, because she was such a standout character. Now, she would get a couple of toys, but none of them were for adult collectors, not like fully posable ones. But she would eventually get one in the Legacy United line, but unfortunately she suffers the same fate as the Legends, where she is just a retool of Windblade, and that sucks. You know, I just hope that someday in the future that Slipstream gets her own mold that's fully posable for adult collectors, and hopefully it's that Gamer Edition, because I think that design deserves its own toy. Now, she does have a shattered glass design, but this is just inverted Red Wing, you know, nothing to write home about, very forgettable. But not that forgettable is her appearance in the Transformers 1 movie. Yes, she finally made her movie debut in the recent Transformers 1 animated movie, and there she is. She looks really cool, really badass. She was officially named as Slipstream. She is in the background during the whole scene where Starscream and D16 are about to go at it, where D16 rallies up all of the crew, and there she is, just looking really cool. Heck, I'm just happy that she exists in a movie, and yeah, hopefully this is the start of more Slipstream figures and toys and incarnations in the future. Cyberverse really brought her back, and I just hope she sticks around. Now, for our last main design, which was unfortunately cancelled, it's the Reactivate Slipstream. Yes, so this is how she was going to look in one version of the game. I believe this was under Certain Infinity's time with it, and honestly, what a missed opportunity to not have Slipstream in another video game looking twice as cool. I really like this design. I dig the shoulders, I like the wings, all of it. It's just so well detailed, and that sort of worn look, like she's been in the battlefield for a very long time. Yeah, it's a shame we never got to see this game because I would have loved to have played Slipstream again in another generation. So yeah, very much a shame, and just makes me sad looking at it. Now let's talk about some fan art, because I want to celebrate all the great fan art out there. And first up, we have Kyron's version of Slipstream, also known as Subski on Twitter, and this is just wow. I love your art style so much. I've been looking non-stop at your artwork every time it's been on my feed. You do some great, new and refreshing Transformers designs, and this one is just a badass. And the same applies for Mesopius's. This is just wow. I love the jet mode, and the spikes are insane. I love how spiky this is. This is a great version of Slipstream. Very much reminds me of the War for Cybertron design, but just somewhat refreshing. And the same applies to Gaming Cretin's design. Wow, I love how you've done so many different head variants, and then you actually gave us a design. And that design, those legs are so cool. It's really hard to decide my favorite head design, but I think you've chose the right one for that body type. And yeah, just really impressive. Next up we have Deer Chops and Granatu's design. Now I put these two together because I just wanted to show the differences in art style, yet you can still recognize it as the same character. I like that there's proportion slight differences, and the wings on both of these are just incredible. It's like I'm looking at one with a Cybertronian-esque mode and then one with a sort of Earth mode, and they're just really sweet. I love those heels. I like how you've done with the wings at the bottom. Really cool. Next up we have Claudia Pesquis's design, and I really dig this. Like, I imagine her appearing on the Powerpuff Girls or Dexter's Laboratory or somewhere. I really dig this art style, and it's refreshing to see it. And it may not look like a Transformer, but I'm not bothered. I love this art style so much. This is Slipstream having a glow up, and it's just so beautiful. Really great job. Next up we have Mr. Doodle and Nyla Loon, and these are really great designs. Once again, I just wanted to show how different designs are, yet you can still recognize them as the same character. The way how the teal has been used on those wings with Nyla Loon is really incredible, and I love the proportion changes on Mr. Doodle, and it looks like she's got some sort of magnetic hands, and they look really menacing. Both of these look really menacing. I love it. Next up we have Terminus artwork, and I really love this new jet mode. This is an M-wing airliner. It's just breathtaking, and I like the head. It gave it somewhat of a visor there, very piloty. And the legs, they look like boots, but they fit so well. I love this. This is so different than the typical Seeker, you know, with the cockpit being in the front. Yeah, this is really cool. Next up we have Locus Focus and DKKD's design. I wanted to show the comparison because they are both small in scale, yet these characters are so loud. I love it. The wings, how big they are, it's incredible. These Slipstreams are loaded and they are ready for action, and there's something adorable about them, but very also terrifying. Next up we have Jedatronia's design and Shardeek's, and completely different designs, but you still recognize it. I like that Shardeek's made Slipstream this sort of bug of a character, very insect-like, but also very gothic, very dark. I love it. And then when it comes to Jetatronia, I love that you've kind of given her really massive wings, but it looks like hair. It just really suits her so well. The proportions are just really incredible. She's a tough character, and yeah, really nice. Next up we have Pyto XD, and this is an incredible design. Wow, look at this. I love that battle mask and the jet mode, really sharp. This character is so sharp, and you've given her toes as well, which really works with that design. Yeah, the missiles are just, wow, this is such a cool design. I really like what Lux No Art has done with this Slipstream. Gives me Transformers 1 and Bumblebee movie kind of vibes. I would have loved to have seen Slipstream in Transformers Bumblebee movie looking like this. I think that would be really cool, but I think it's more appropriate for Transformers 1. I do like the Transformers 1 design, but I think this will work a lot better. If they ever make a sequel to Transformers 1, I hope Slipstream starts to look something like this. Next up we have Maxer Alpha and God of Creating. I love what Maxer Alpha has done with this. They've really darkened the purple and the teal. This just looks menacing. She's super scary. This is a scary Slipstream. I think the scariest she's ever looked. When it comes to God of Creating, wow, she just looks really ready for battle. I love the massive guns on the side of her arms and how high the wings up and somewhat of hair she's got on top of there. Nice style, really like it. A lot slimmer, but a lot more cooler and badass as well. Really dig these designs. Now for our final Slipstream design, we have Artwork 312, and I really like this. I like the neon lights across the body, really working with that cockpit as well, and the jet mode is really unique, really nice, something that is familiar but also different at the same time. And this Slipstream looks like a rock and roll kind of girl. She really seems to enjoy rocking out, I think, and that battle mask is also pretty cool. A refreshing design, something that I've not quite seen before, so I really like this. And there we have it, guys, every Slipstream design ranked from worst to best. Of course, let me know in the comment section below which is your personal favourite Slipstream. For me, it has to be that High Moon Studios design. I really love that. That is just, well, I grew up with it. I played as that character for so many years, still continue to this day, so that will always be my favourite design. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and click on that notification bell to get all updates instantly. Until the next video, I've been Common and Cam, and goodbye.